Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. We got a lot in store for you today. And when I say a lot, that doesn't always mean in quantity. It means in the quality of today's Rundown with Ramon show. Why you should use a password manager to protect your important details of your life in business. Why Amazon wants to maybe hear everything that you're saying. We're going to start this off also today talking about the importance of life and some things I'm doing, some experiences I had just yesterday. And I had an amazing interview today with WABC talking about mindset, all things mindset, why mindset is important. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Again, glad you're here today. Don't forget to follow us so you do not miss out by going to zoneofgenius.com, following us for all that we're doing on the Rundown with Ramon. So welcome, sit back, relax, and let's get ready for a brand new show. So we are back. I'm here in California today. You may have noticed a brand new studio look. It's a pretty simple look, a pretty plain look. I'm going to dive in to show you some of my studio equipment on the occasion of me moving. But I wanted to talk about two things first. You may have heard the news already of the random shooting incident, the shooting incident that happened in Midtown Manhattan yesterday. Lives were lost. And it was a reminder to me to remember when we wake up in the morning, when we go about our day today, to always be ready. And always be ready doesn't mean you can predict what happens in the future, because we can't. But when I say always be ready, what that means is, are you willing to forgive? Are you willing to hug? Are you willing to let go? Are you willing to say to somebody else, I'm sorry? Always be ready, always be willing, because you just don't know what life has in store for you. When I think about the global tragedies happening all over the world, conflicts here, conflicts there, it's a reminder on the Rundown with Ramon, talking to you today and talking to myself today, that life is short. And whether that life is short for you means it's going to be to 80 years old, to 90 years old, or whether life is short means to you it's something premature that may happen. You just don't know. But that's what it means to always be ready, always provide a glimmer of hope for that day. And as I always say, get ready to make an impact in the life of somebody else. So with our smiles on, I'm glad you're here today to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon, brought to you by Bitdefender. It's amazing. We go to bed at night and we click, lock the door of our house. We leave our cars, go shopping in the mall, go to a friend's house, and we go beep, beep, lock our car door. What about the security for your business? Or is your business as secure as it should be from malware and from spyware and from all the kind of things that be coming to your computer, wanting to hackers wanting to hack your data? Or more, and it's simpler more than ever to do so. It's more simple than ever to do so. What about ransomware, where they lock your data in and said, unless you pay us a lot of money, you won't get access to your data? Well, I encourage you to check out Bitdefender Small Business. Bitdefender Small Business. I use Bitdefender Small Business, and you should too. Check this out from Bitdefender Small Business. Just a reminder that security is absolutely important, and don't think that hackers don't want to target your small business, because they do. So let's dive into one of the nuggets of the day today. I wanted to show you a few of the simple gadgets and things that I have in my office. I have a regular production suite, of course, in the vacation capital of the world, New Jersey, spending a bit of time here in California. So I said, let me bring all my equipment and put a studio together. I have a light there. I have a light there. I have a full screen monitor in front of me. I have a camera there. I have a little mixer here. I have my laptop computer here. I have a USB hub over there. And I wanted to show you some of these things in case you're looking to up level your own production. There's a little picture of my Samsung microphone. I can just plug it in via USB or via what's called XLR, kind of a professional type of microphone. Plug that into my mixer, which you can see in the lower left of the screen there. So having a good microphone for good audio is important. There's a picture of my mixer right there, and that is pictured upside down for whatever reason, but it's a 4-channel input mixer that you can put 4 microphones into the mixer and then have audio coming out to be able to hear it. So that's a little mixer that you may want to check out. It's called the Zoom Pod Track P4 mixer. Another little doohickey I have here is a USB hub, because I have my laptop computer, but it only has a limited number of outputs and inputs, USB and related. So I got this device so that I can connect multiple devices to my laptop computer. So I just wanted to show you that, encourage you. Maybe you're getting into up level your production game. And I said, let me show people what I'm doing as well. Again, glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon. Hope you're enjoying the time here, and always hope that you're learning. Wanted to touch on something else I saw, why you should use a password manager for all your secrets, not just logins. I saw this in the Wall Street Journal recently, and I was like, you know what? This is interesting, because we have more and more and more passwords that are so important to keep us safe, legacy over the years. Now, one thing you may not have known, I just saw this in the Wall Street Journal, that Microsoft is going to be phasing out passwords soon for a Microsoft Authenticator. Not even just texting your cell phone as normally, but a third-party app on your phone that when you want to log into devices, that an authenticator will pop up, and you'll have to pick one of 3 numbers so they know it's you on your cell phone. And of course, you can have other ways to authenticate, but that's going to be the primary method. So password authenticators, or rather password managers, are great, because this is kind of a digital vault where you can store your passwords, you can store your driver's license information, things that you may need that you want to keep secret. You can put them in this software. This software is a vault and encrypts all that information. And here's the thing, the encryption data, the way to unlock it, is not on the company's servers. It's not in the cloud. It's only stored locally on the computer, and itself is encrypted. So you are the only one that can unlock and can get access to that data. Now, if you lose that information, that's a problem. You won't have access to it. Now, I'm sure you can go, of course, back to each individual servers, each individual logins, and get the information. But Wall Street Journal will say, hey, you should have a password manager for a variety of reasons. The airline needs your TSA pre-check and be and paste it from your password manager. The more information you add, the more convenient your password manager becomes, because all the information you need is encrypted into this app. Now, as I said before, Microsoft Authenticator, the company, will get rid of passwords. It says on August 1st. Wow, right around the corner. And Wall Street Journal has covered this quite a bit. Cybercrime is a $16 billion theft. That's just in America alone, with data breaches and other crimes reported last year, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So what do we do to be more secure? Password managers ideally can help to do that. There's 1Password, Dashlane, Bitwarden, and others. And of course, I use Bitdefender to secure my PC, because invariably you're going to click on something you wish you didn't click. Invariably, something may slip through, and you want to be sure you're defended against these hacks, against these attacks. So if you're not using a password manager, you may want to consider it to store that information in there, this secure vault. And what Wall Street Journal says is, my recommended password managers are built on what's called zero knowledge architecture. Only your master password can decrypt your vault, and it isn't on company servers. No employee or hacker can get to it. And of course, I encourage you, if you don't have 2-factor authentication on your computer, where that when you log in, it sends a message to your phone via SMS, short message service texting, and says, hey, we need this other bit of information before we lock you on to make sure you're more secure. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Glad you're here today. I saw an interesting news tidbit. Amazon wants an AI bracelet that records everything you say. Now, there are security implications for this, a bit nerve-wracking. Why would Amazon want to record everything we're saying? But the Wall Street Journal tested this out. This is tested out by what's her name there? I want to say her Joanna Stern. Joanna Stern does great testing, and she said she kind of liked it, because throughout the day, as it was recording what she was saying, as it was recording her information, it was able to remind her of things to do, remind her of things she needed done, a reminder of things that needed to happen, and she didn't forget them. It summarized information, reminded her to do this or that. So this leads me to ask the question, what are you doing in your day to live a better life? I was on WHAM ABC today, ARC Rochester, so many different names in these TV stations. And they asked me the question, Ramon, what's the number one thing that people can do to have a better mindset? And I explained to them today, as my friend Glenn Lundy says, one, how you start your day makes a dramatic impact in the rest of how your day goes. So start your day off right. And number two, understand you can have two different people with the same scenario or a similar scenario. One person will be different than the other, mainly because of mindset. This is important. And again, everybody doesn't wake up, everybody's not born having a mindset shift, but you can determine that you will have the right mindset change so that you can live your best life. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. A short segment of the Rundown with Ramon, but I hope it was useful to you. Hope you gleaned something from it. And as we started today on the Rundown with Ramon, one of the best things you can do is determine that you will have your best life. Determine that you will change. John Acuff's book called Soundtracks talks about the importance of a shifting, of a changing mindset. And I challenge you that you can do this too, if you determine that you're going to make a difference. Again, you're wondering, hey, why is the Rundown with Ramon at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time? Well, that's because I'm in a brand new location for a bit, celebrating the birth of my daughter's first child coming up in a few months, in a few weeks, excuse me, in 2 weeks. And so I'm here in a remote studio in California, and that's where I'm at today. Hence the time shift change. I'm not going to be waking up at 3 in the morning to do the Rundown with Ramon on California time. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. And again, thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. And remember, this episode brought to you by Bitdefender. And I want to share one more thing. You're looking for an amazing speaker. You're looking for an amazing speaker, event host to help you at your next event. Check this out. This is on speed, it seems. But hey, if you're looking to add some energy and pizzazz to your event, I definitely would love the opportunity to help you. Check this out. Does anybody here have a strong why that you wake up and know, I can't afford to fail? I can't, because people are counting on me. Anybody with me? Okay. So this is why I wake up every day. People ask me, Ramon, what drives you? Man, Ramon, what drives you? Eating. Hey, with that, have an amazing day. Be blessed. And always remember, make an impact in the life of somebody else, because we need you to show up. We need you to be present. We need you to be there, because we're counting on you. Thanks for being here. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. And that's a wrap. See you tomorrow.